Hello everybody, Spirit Gaming here, and today I would like to make a video about the Ladder of Honor, how I think that are, what I think that are some very big problems with it, and there are very big problems with it. And also I will talk about later on in the video about my support playstyle, what you should do. Basically I'm gonna review my own gameplay and just see how good I did, because I know that I got tired and I wasn't even focused for a lot of games, but maybe it will help some of you guys as a soul dancer. The first problem, and the problem because as you can see, I don't know if you guys know, but I should have posted this video like 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, and I wasn't able to do that. I didn't find really any good games, but I decided to do this video anyway, which leads to my first problem, is the very unbalanced matchmaking, because you either get stomped or you get stomped or stomp people. You are get matched with players that are 20 level server 20 or above, or that some players that have 200 plus rating. So I did have a few fun games, which I'm gonna show off later on in the video. But yeah, that's the first problem. I want to actually explain to high level servers, to low level servers that are servers 20 plus, why this is like it is. Well, you guys haven't played as much. That's I'm 100% sure with that level that server 20 hasn't played as much as server 8, and that's one problem. I wish that there were 3 different servers for it, or 3 different battlefields. The first, let's say, it's gonna be from server 1 to 10. The second server is gonna be from server 11 to 20. The third will be from 21 to 30. But I don't know if the devs will implement that. Next up is the lag problem. Some games are unplayable against people that don't have good internet. Some games are pretty fun to actually play, but the lag is a very big issue. I have games that I have used my thumb lock on top of someone and it didn't stun them, and things like that. It's basically unplayable, especially as a blade master. I know that it's very hard to play when you have lag on the server. And the last thing I want to talk about is win-loss points. There are a couple of very easy games. You will get a few easy games that are a waste of time, because they give around 2 to 10 points at maximum, and if you lose a game you lose at least 20 points, which is like we got to Platinum 3 and then we fell back down just today actually, and I was pretty pissed off about that because I think it wasn't very fair. And yeah, that's about me ranting, and now let's jump straight into the EX and the actual build. I'm running the cooldown reduction build, which is 9 water, 5 fire, 2 earth cores. For the talents, on the S level talent I have Mimir Spring, because it helps a lot with the actual cooldown reduction, as well as the cooldown reduction of your own teammates. I'm running this talent because I'm a solo soul dancer in this team, but if let's say I had another soul dancer in the team with me, I would have gone with Holy Fist just to buff up my teammate's damage. But it's personal preference. As I said, if there were 2, I would have gone with Holy Fist. Next up, Word of Time. We need Shadowy Light as much as possible. That is a twin ability, the one that you can double your abilities with. And you need that cooldown to be on the lowest cooldown possible, and use it whenever you can. Next up is Loki's Trick, self-explanatory, the best CC in the game, the best CC ability in the game. You can chicken up to 3 enemies, and it works very good with a tip talent, which I'm gonna talk about later on. Send of Time helps with damage, and why I'm not using Soul Link is because to link with someone at the beginning is very hard, and you're gonna waste a lot of time, and it's not worth it. In PvE, yes, I would use that instead of Send of Time as a support. Disclaimer, as a support I would use Soul Link, but this is not PvE and I won't. Next up, for the deep talents, Time Acceleration, because I have a lot of cooldown reduction and it helps a lot with it. Might of Doppelganger, better than the others, and if you have 20 talent points, go for Blessing 2. So Blessing, you want to have time acceleration, might of doppelganger, blessing, and also weak. Weak is the most important thing for this build, because basically if you use Loki streak on 2 to 3 enemies, all of those enemies will lose their endurance, and that's pretty OP in my opinion, because you can CC chain a lot of them very fast, unless they are a playmaster, of course, because that class is OP at the moment. For the EX, Light Beacon, self-explanatory again. I'm running Mimir Spring, and without Light Beacon, Mimir Spring will be useless. And then Vortex for that self-defense. You can run any other, actually, any other EX instead. Right now, you want to use your EX Light Beacon as soon as possible, and use all of your abilities as soon as possible. As you can see, I used all of my high cooldown abilities instantly. That's the first thing I do. I just forget about the low cooldown abilities that are on this side. I just forget about damage and go for the supportive abilities, because you know this is my playstyle, guys. I just want to let you guys know this is my own playstyle and how I like to play the supportive playstyle as a soul dancer. Next up, you just want to use your damage, damage until you get your as you can see, I switch frequently between the two sets of abilities to see when my cooldowns are up. Right here I mistimed my cooldown for just 1 second. I most of the time you would want to use your Shallow Light in combination with Recall Light to get the most amount of healing and actually buffing your teammates' damage a lot. And then you would want to use Witch's Kiss to actually what should I call it, to actually stun the targets. And then the chickened enemies, you're gonna wait around them, or you don't need to go to chickened enemies. You just want to use Time Lock to reduce the cooldown of Shadow Light by 10 seconds, which is gonna help a lot. As I said, Shadow Light, very important ability for the Soul Dancer. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually aim with Azure Mark and Phase Shock. The Azure Mark aiming is not that important, but the Phase Shock aiming, if you aim that ability right, oh man, you can do a lot of things with it. You can basically aim on the other side of the map and use your time lock there. There are gonna definitely be some actual showcases of that in this video. I will wait until we get to there. So this game was very close, and I think I made a big mistake. You will see it in a bit. It shouldn't have been that close, but it got very close. Right here, I forget about that assassin. I let my own assassin kill him, and I just jump into the battlefield again. As you saw right there, I used Recall Light to heal my guys as much as I can and buff their damage up. Then Time Lock for that extra CC and to confirm that kill actually. Right here I just die. I wasn't able to jump out of there, and yeah, we're gonna wait around 10 seconds and see what I do. That's very bad and almost lost us the game. Yeah, this is the scoreboard right now, and it's gonna be bad what I'm gonna do now, but guys, I was really tired and I was very mad because of some games. As you see here, I just jump in without thinking, and I die. Yeah, I just jumped in and got CC locked right there. I didn't use my EX abilities until right now. I used them both, but yeah, it was pretty bad actually. As you see here, I got chickened. Then 3 enemy members are attacking me, and it's 11-11, which was 11-8, and this wasn't supposed to happen, but when I saw my teammates' HP bars and the enemy's HP bars, I knew we would have won. As you can see, I got around 10 points for this battle. Maybe it was 15, I didn't see properly, but yeah, we got to Platinum actually, which was Platinum 3 actually, which was pretty good. But now let's jump straight into the second game for this video. I hope that it's gonna be better than the first one. Let's see. I think it's gonna show up right after this. But yeah, guys, as I said, there are very good combos you can do as a Soul Dancer, especially with Face Shock, Shadowy Light, and Rico Light. Very fun combos actually, and that are gonna be pretty good for the game. Here I show the plan again. As I said, I'm not lying, guys. I use that plan a lot for PvP, especially for 5v5 PvP. I do recommend using this same build for bombs as well. I think that's gonna be very good. But the only thing I would change is send off time with the Soul Link ability. Personally, again, if you guys want to do more damage, you have to go with send off time. Basically does a lot of damage. That ability, that talent, it's very good talent. I don't want to say that it's not, but personally I would like that healing even more. As you saw right here, I used Face Shock, then I use Time Lock to actually stun some targets. As you see, this target right here that I started attacking was actually stunned because I used Face Shock on the middle of the map, and then used Shadowy Light in a combination with Time Lock to stun that enemy, and I was very far from him. There's the explanation why it's very nice to aim your Face Shock in a very good place, to place it in a very good place. That ability places the twin you have from the class anywhere that you want. As you see right here, I always try to place it in the middle of the map. Excuse me, I punched my mic, but as you see here, it's still behind there, in the middle. It's in the middle. I didn't use my skills properly right there, but it's fine. I use all of the skills that I have are mostly in the middle of a map. That's why the combination of Mimir Spring and the actual ability, which is Light Beacon, is very good. Those two in a combination is very good, because most of the time the fight is in the middle. Right here I just run around because I know all of them have way more power than me, way more rating than me, and I can't compete with them actually. So I just run around, waste their time. It's better for me and another higher rated enemy to not be here than for me to just die and him to go back fighting. Again, I do the same again. I literally ran 2 laps around these buildings, and I think right now, yeah, if my time lock was there, I would have escaped. I would have definitely escaped, but it wasn't, and that wasn't the best escape. You won't see a good mistake right here, but yeah, I tried my best to actually take some enemies, pull them to me, to just waste their time, because as I said, I know that every single one of the enemy right here on the enemy team has more rating than me. So do that if you know you cannot win. Right here we kind of start losing actually. I see my teammates' HP bars and they are very low. I try to heal them as much as I can. One of them just died. The other one will die again pretty soon. This is the lag problem and my phone problem as well. I don't see a lot of my enemies. They are just invisible and don't know who I'm attacking, who I'm not attacking. Right here, as you saw, very big lag problem. I basically used time lock on top of him. He didn't get stunned. Happens, I guess. But it is what it is. As I said, we started losing 7 to 8. 2 of my allies are about to die, and this match actually went downhill from here on out, because you know, if there are 5 of them alive, even with a small amount of HP, and there's only 2 of us, then they can just kill us off easily. I used the combination of Shadow Light and Time Lock there just to have a bit of a bigger AoE, and it worked. I did stun 2 people or 3 people, I think. Right here, very nice Time Lock again, but it didn't help us win at all. We're about to lose the game, as I said again, but it was a pretty fun match. As you said, guys, I love to have pretty good matches even if I lose. This is a pretty close match in rating. We could have definitely played better, but yeah, there's not much I could do there. Let's jump straight into the third game of this video and the last one. This was an OK placement of Phase Shock. I saw someone go for my team's buff, and I instantly stunned them. I forgot that I should use Light Beacon at the beginning, so I'll use it later on, but at a very nice place where my team is actually fighting, and it did help them a lot. I didn't use Loki's trick on the Blade Master. Just don't use it because they have they have Void, which is super armor. But even if you aim at them and they are near their teammates, you can still aim at them, and one other teammate will get polymorphed as well, which is okay, fine. Especially with lower end devices and lag, as you see here, I don't see any like I see 2 enemies out of 5, which is bad, very bad. I jump in the middle to use my Recall Light, so my allies will get more damage and actually heal a bit. I tried to get this guy off of my teammates, but it was impossible for me, and 2 of them died. I have time lag here. I want to use it as soon as possible to reduce the cooldown of my Shadowy Light. Shadowy Light and Recall Light will come off cooldown both around the same time. I didn't have enough time to use that combination though, so that was pretty bad. I show the actual rank list right here. Time explosion, very good ability, especially if you can link with someone. But as I said, guys, in this event it's very hard to do that. You won't have enough time. And this time I used the Shadowy Light with the Witch's Kiss combo, which you can actually turn 3 enemies into a chicken instead of 2, which is okay again. Not very bad of a combination. Basically any combination with Shadowy Light is very, very powerful. Like, the Soul Dancer doesn't have bad skills. Trust me, this class doesn't have bad skills. You have enough damage with 3 skills, and you buff your allies and CC your enemies, and that's why I think that this build is very powerful, because you want that buffing and debuffing the enemies to be off cooldown as much possible. Because this is the only class that can actually do it and debuff people and also buff your own allies. For right now, I think later on even Blade Master is gonna have a couple of those abilities. I go in the middle again, use Time Lock, I stunned one person, and as you can see here, I get attacked by this Soul Dancer. I tried to get away. As you see, I used Phase Shock there. But he uses the talent Belay in the Snow, and he just frees me because it was his 5th time using his Ice Glare Shock. But here, right here, you saw there was a big delay in the time lock with Shadowy Light, with Shadowy Light ability, and I basically missed my time lock, which was sure to hit if it popped up at the right time. Right here, I missed my Witch's Kiss. I didn't see that the enemy was jumping towards me, and right here, before I die, I used my EX to at least try to help my allies, but now that I see the replay, it didn't help them at all, which was kind of their problem as well, because it was so close to them and none of them went in it. And that's another thing I should talk about. Some people don't see the circles on the ground. Some people with bad devices, or some people that are too focused in the battle, won't see the actual circles which you heal. So try and aim your abilities as much as possible. Even go close to them to just heal them, or if someone is chasing them, you have to support them. Actually, you have to use your stuns to not let your teammates die. That's the point of this playstyle. Just don't let your teammates die. And if you don't have enough rating, like I do right here, just take the aggro of an enemy and make them come to you instead of you going to them. So let them chase you. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe for more content like this. Tomorrow I don't know if I'm gonna post a video, and on Monday I will try to stream, which is gonna be pretty fun. And yeah, bye bye guys.